Hey guys, this is Mrs. Harbin, and we are going to take a look at today at Lesson 4 for Advanced Math on dividing expressions. Our biblical correlation for this entire unit while we're working with polynomials comes from 1 Corinthians 3:9 through 11. I'm not going to read that whole verse to you, but essentially we're laying a foundation in math, just like we have to do in anything that we learn, whether it's spiritual or whether it's about the natural world. We've got to lay a foundation, and so we're laying our foundation for this class by learning and reviewing about polynomials. Our lesson objective for today is that you, the student, will be able to divide polynomials. Let's take a quick trip down review lane and talk about some of the terms that we've been using with polynomials. First of all, we know that a term is either a number, a variable, or the product of a number and variable, product or quotient of a number or variable. Remember that product just means multiply, so 3 times x or 3x is a term. Also, if it were written as 3 divided by x, that would also be a term. So we've got a number, a variable, and the product of numbers and variables. Terms are separated by plus or minus signs. So you can see here that we have very clearly 3 terms, a 3-term polynomial. Now this is not on the slide, but remember the degree of a term is you take your exponents and add those up. So in this first term, x is to the first degree here and y is to the second degree. So this whole term has a degree of 3. Our second term, that x is to the first power, so this term has a degree of 1. So just a quick review there on degrees, terms, and how we can count the number of terms. Now when we divide polynomials, we might see something like this. At the top, we've got 6x minus 3, and at the bottom, we've got divided by 3. You can see here at the top, we've got 2 terms, 6x and 3, or negative 3, and we're dividing by 1 term, 3. If you remember back to our first lesson, we can further classify these as a binomial because it has 2 terms and a monomial because it has 1. So we are dividing a binomial by a monomial. And when this is the case, it's often easiest to divide that polynomial or binomial by splitting it at the plus and minus signs and creating separate problems here. So when we are dividing by a monomial, we can write that as 6x divided by 3 minus 3 divided by 3. So we just split apart our binomial, 6x minus 3, and divide each of those parts by our common denominator, in this case, the monomial 3. From here, we just simplify, looking at our first term, 6x divided by 3, or 6 divided by 3, gives us 2x. And 3 divided by 3, as we know, anything divided by itself is 1. So we're left with the simplified expression 2x minus 1. We still have 2 terms. We started with 2 terms, and we're going to end with 2 terms in our final simplification. Here's another one. Again, we've got this time a trinomial, 3 terms, but still being divided by a monomial. As long as we are dividing by a monomial, we can split apart our numerator at the plus and minus signs and rewrite it as 3 separate division problems. So we're going to rewrite that as 9x squared divided by 3x plus, keeping that plus sign, plus 12x divided by 3x plus 1 divided by 3x. Again, we can do this because we're dividing by a monomial. As long as we're dividing by a monomial, we can split it at the plus and minus signs. And now we simplify. We've got 9 divided by 3, which we know will give us 3, and x squared divided by x. Using our properties of exponents here, let me write. Remember that each of these x's have an exponent of 1. Using our properties of exponents, if we've got 2 x's on the top and 1 on the bottom, then that simplifies to just 1x. So we're going to be left with 3x here. I'm going to write that. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. And x divided by x, well, anything divided by itself is 1, so that cancels. That's just going to leave us 4. And then over here, 1 divided by 3 is just the fraction 1/3, and I can't do anything with that x. It's going to stay on the bottom. So that's already as simple as I can make it. I can't cancel anything out. So our final expression here will be 3x plus 4 plus 1 over 3x. Now, some of you are going to be bothered by the fact that we still have a fraction here, but we can't simplify that anymore. So this is as far as we can simplify it, but the answer is still simpler than what we began with. It has been divided, and we know it's simplified because we have no parentheses and no like terms. Now, some of you may be wondering, but this is a 3x and this is a 3x. Aren't these like terms? They are not. This is in our numerator, so it's 3x over 1. And this is in our denominator, so it's 1/3 x or 1 over 3x. They're in different parts of the fraction, making them unlike terms, so just be aware of that. Now, sometimes we want to divide a polynomial by another polynomial. In this case, we have a binomial divided by a binomial. We can't just split it at the plus and minus signs. We can only do that when it's a monomial in the bottom. But it can help us to rearrange the top polynomial before dividing in this example. I notice when I look at my top binomial that they both have a 2 and they both have an x. Remember, we've learned in the past that when your terms have something in common, we can factor out that common factor. So the first thing we're going to do is factor our top binomial. Both of those terms have a 2x in common, or 2x is a factor. When I factor out the 2x from our first term, I'm left with an x. Remember, we can check our work by multiplying and see if we get back to our original term. So 2x times x gives me 2x squared. And then I can factor out of our second term, 2x, and I'm left with 1. So 2x times 1 is 2x. That's how we check our work. So now I've got 2x times x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. And I notice that both my top and my bottom have an x plus 1. And anything divided by itself is 1. X plus 1 divided by x plus 1 is just 1. So we can cancel those, leaving us with just our 2x. The reason that we can cancel those is because right now this is one term. And we don't have any plus or minus signs that we're separating between our terms like we did up here. So factoring helps us get to a point where we can reduce that x plus 1. All right, let's try another one. We've got 8x squared plus 12x minus 3 divided by 4x. We're going to write that as a fraction first and think about our strategy. What I want to look at is my bottom term, my denominator. And I notice that there's only one term here. Remember, terms are separated by plus or minus signs, and so there's just the one term. When I'm dividing by a one term, or a monomial, I can split at the plus and minus signs and rewrite this as 1, 2, 3 separate fractions, or 3 separate division problems. So that's our strategy, to split and divide. We've got 8x squared divided by 4x, plus, keep that sign, 12x squared divided by 4x minus 3 divided by 4x. And then I'll simplify from here. 8 divided by 4 is just 2, and x squared divided by x is just x. If you're forgetting about those properties of exponents, if I write that out, x squared is x times x divided by x. That leaves us just 1x. Our shortcut says we can just subtract the exponents. 2 minus 1 is 1, so we get x to the first power. Over here, 12 divided by 4 is 3, and x divided by x, anything divided by itself is 1. So we're left with 3 times 1, which we know is just 3. And then minus 3 over 4. That's a fraction that I can't reduce. So similar to the one we saw earlier, we've got to leave that 3 over 4. And my x is in the denominator, it has to stay in the denominator. So it stays under that fraction bar. And you can see our final answer, what we just said, was 2x plus 3 minus 3 divided by 4x. I started with 3 terms, and I ended with 3 terms. When we divide by a monomial, The number of terms that we start with should be the same in our final answer. All right, let's take 5x squared minus 10x divided by x minus 2. The first thing we're going to do is write that as a fraction. And then because I'm not dividing by a monomial, I know that I can't just split it at the signs and divide. So I'm going to have to look to factor and divide. Now let's think for a second why x cannot equal 2. Why we have to write that note. Well, if x equaled 2, what we would have in the bottom would be 2 minus 2, which is 0. And we cannot divide anything by 0. If you have a group of something, the smallest number you can divide it into is 1. The smallest group you can make is 1. You can't make a 0 group. So 0 gives us an undefined answer. So our denominator, or a fraction, can never have a 0 on the bottom. And that's why we have to make that note, that x can't equal 2, because it wouldn't be defined. All right, now back to the division. We are going to factor and divide. If you think for a second, we've got 2 terms on the top. And what do both of these have in common? What factors do they have in common? Hopefully you notice that they both have 5 as a factor, and they both have at least one x. So we're going to divide out or factor out 5x. That leaves us with x minus 2. I don't like that it's already crossed out here. But if we multiply to check our work, 5x times x brings us back to that 5x squared. And 5x times negative 2 brings us back to that negative 10x. So this is factored correctly. Once I've factored out, I now have just the one term. And so because I have just one term at the top, I can look to cancel any of my parts of that term. And in here, I notice that x minus 2 and x minus 2, that's the same thing. Anything divided by itself is 1. That leaves us with 5x times 1, which we know anything times 1 is just itself, so we're left with 5x. All right, we've got one last one that we're going to take a look at. 12x cubed plus 9x squared minus 3 divided by 3x. First things first, let's write that as a fraction and then choose our strategy. I notice on the bottom I have a monomial, so my strategy is going to be to divide the terms at the plus and minus signs and divide each term individually. My top numerator, my top polynomial, has 3 terms, so my final answer should also have 3 terms. So let's rewrite that as 12x cubed over 3x plus 9x squared over 3x minus 3 over 3x. 12 divided by 3 is 4, and x cubed divided by x to the first is x squared, because 3 minus 1 is 2. That's our little shortcut there. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and x squared divided by x to the first is just x, because 2 minus 1 is 1. Remember, that's just our shortcut. We could write it out like this if we wanted to, and then cancel. X divided by x is 1, leaving us 2 x's, or we can just use the shortcut. And finally, 3 divided by 3 is 1, but my x is down here in the bottom. So I still need that fraction bar because my x can't leave the bottom. And I've got to write that 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Be careful that you don't take that x out from under the fraction bar unless something cancels it. There's nothing to cancel that x. So we're left with 4x squared plus 3x minus 1 over x. Normally, we don't have to write the 1 when we divide something by itself, but we can't leave our numerator empty. We can't just have an empty space fraction bar x. So we're going to write that 1 over x. All right, guys, today we divided polynomials. We did 2 specific types of division. We divided a polynomial by a monomial, which allowed us to split it at the plus and minus signs if we were dividing by one term, like 3x. We also divided by binomials, like the one 5x squared minus 10x over x minus 2. And in that case, first we had to factor, and then we could simplify. We'll practice both of those in class. Be sure to write down any questions that you guys have to ask me, and I will see you next class.